May I ask you a question, ladies and gentlemen? I'm very serious about this. Would you vote in the Republican primary for a candidate who contends that in part 9/11 occurred because of America? I wouldn't. Would you? Let me repeat. Would you vote for a Republican in the Republican presidential nominating process who would claim that the 9/11 attacks happened in part because of our foreign policy? Well, that's what Ron Paul said while campaigning in Winterset, Iowa. From the Des Moines Register, Josh Hafner. 2 weeks away from the 10th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks, presidential candidate and Texas Representative Ron Paul says the U.S. intervention in the Middle East is a main motivation behind terrorist hostilities toward America and that Islam is not a threat to the nation. Would you vote for this guy? I mean, come on, folks. Does it sound like a conservative Republican to you or a crackpot? And everybody has to say, well, I agree with him on a lot of domestic issues. So do I. Who cares? He's still a crackpot. Like his supporters are crackpots. Like this fool Mulshine at the New Jersey Ledger. Or Jack the Southern Avenger Hunter. Who the hell is he? I don't know. And that freak show who has a radio program that nobody listens to. King Dude. By the way, selling T-shirts. At a campaign stop on Saturday in Winterset, one man asked Paul how terrorist groups would react. The U.S. removed its military presence in the Middle East nations, a move the candidate advocates. Which enemy are you worried that will attack our national security, Paul asked. Honestly, folks, if somebody has to ask a question like that, they're not qualified to be the nominee of the Republican Party. If you're looking for specifics, I'm talking about Islam, radical Islam, the man answered. I don't see Islam as our enemy, Paul said. I see that motivation as occupation, and those who hate us and would like to kill us, they are motivated by our invasion of their land, the support of their dictators that they hate. This is not patriotic talking. There's nothing patriotic about this. It's not even rational. Does he understand the jihadis, the Islamists? And why am I the only damn host on the radio who confronts this guy and talks about it? I'll tell you why. Because all of the idiots who support this guy, they come into your website and they try and flood it. Then they go on the blogosphere and they say all kinds of things about you. And hosts would rather avoid that, and I don't care about it. This is a disgrace, this man. Regarding 9/11, Paul said that attacks against the U.S. from Middle Eastern groups at home and abroad can be traced to the foreign presence of U.S. troops, as well as America's relationships with dictator regimes. Paul referred to a military base in Saudi Arabia, the birthplace of Islam, as a key motivator in the 9/11 attacks. Osama bin Laden viewed it as an American desecration of Holy Land. Quote, after 9/11, people said, oh yeah, it's those very bad people who hate us. But 15 of the hijackers came from Saudi Arabia, said Paul. One of the reasons they attacked us is we propped up the Sharia government and the fundamentalists hated us for it, unquote. That's bullcrap. The congressman particularly decried U.S.-led bombings in foreign nations, saying that almost always those individuals that they are trying to kill do not have any direct relationship with the threats to the U.S. I'm serious. Can you vote for this? This hate America first crowd? By the way, they're also part of this argument about World War II. You know, how, yes, once you're attacked, you can defend yourself. But again, we pushed the Germans and the Japanese to the wall, you know. This guy ran and lost to be the nominee for the Libertarian Party of the United States. Even the Libertarian Party was not impressed, is my understanding. His supporters attacked the Cato Institute, one of the greatest libertarian institutes and institutions in this country. Reason Magazine, a libertarian magazine and website, has exposed his connections with guys like Lew Rockwell. I urge you, go to Lew Rockwell's website. Look what these people write and say. Google these people. And I want to talk to you libertarians and a lot of you young people who are enamored with him. Please look deeper. Please go deeper. Yes, there's many things he says we agree with. There's many things he says that are similar to things that Milton Friedman said, that Hayek said, that Mises said, that I agree with. But he's not them. He's a crackpot. Mulshine, a crackpot. What's wrong with the John Birch Society? Oh, nothing. Nothing at all. Right? Wrong. That's why Buckley disassociated himself from. Oh, and they hate Buckley too. This is a small little cabal who's busy fooling people, in my humble opinion. So let's get back to the question. The man said after 9/11, people said, oh yeah, it's those very bad people who hate us, but 15 of the hijackers came from Saudi Arabia. One of the reasons they attacked us is we propped up the Sharia government and the fundamentalists hated us for it. He has no serious comprehension of this movement, the Islamist movement, the man is driven by an ideology. Not prudence applied to an ideology, but an ideology, period. And so you're to check prudence and judgment and wisdom. America shouldn't be here. America shouldn't do this. America shouldn't be involved. America shouldn't. If we would just leave them alone, they'd be nice. Really? Is that how terrorists think, ladies and gentlemen? If we would just leave them alone? That's not how they operate. That's not how they work. And if this guy believes it, he's a crackpot. Now they've done a good job of concealing most of his old statements and writings and those associated with him. But every now and then he can't control himself. It comes out. And I would encourage the other conservative hosts to grow a pair and to start to talk about it. He is not a conservative. He's not even a libertarian. He's what they call a paleo-libertarian. Figure that out. But this hate America first crap that comes out of his mouth and the mouth of his supporters should not be an allure to you. No matter how they twist American history. No matter how they cherry-pick the American founders. This is a very bizarre, relatively small group. Very bizarre. You do not have to believe what I say. Do your own research. The computer's right there. Google away. Start with that nutjob's website, Lou Rockwell, who is despised by libertarians all over the country. Then they have their little lightweight professor who keeps going online. Mark Levin won't debate me. I'm not going to debate you, you idiot. You're an idiot. I'm not going to bring you on a show with millions of rational human beings. Why? I'm so afraid of Tom Woods. I've never debated anybody as smart as that backbencher professor. Oh, my goodness. He's so smart. Really? Do you even know who I'm talking about? No. That's how smart he is. All the lightweights. Oh, he won't debate me. Right. I write. I talk on the program. They have their programs. They write. I'm going to make them famous. That ain't ever going to happen. Never. Now, back to my point. And it's a very, very serious point. How the hell can a conservative Republican vote for somebody who says after 9/11, people said, oh yeah, it's those very bad people who hate us, but 15 of the hijackers came from Saudi Arabia. One of the reasons they attacked us is we propped up Sharia government, and the fundamentalists hated us for it. There you go. Stupid. Is Ron Paul dumb? How come we don't have that headline? Why is he such a genius? Just curious. Now let's see if any of the others will raise this. Let's see if any of the other hosts in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Washington, where these horrific events occurred, killed 3,000 of our fellow citizens, little kids without parents. I remember that day. And if some jerk politician has some philosophy in which the blame is directed at us for what happened on 9/11, then that is just putrid. Putrid. You don't even hear Democrats saying crap like this. All right, I've said it.